the next decade, you might have the chance to buy a self-driving car. Doing so just might end up saving your life. Yours and literally hundreds of thousands of other people in the U.S. alone. That's according to new research that shows that driverless cars could, by mid-century, reduce traffic fatalities by up to 90%, which means that self-driving cars could save almost 30,000 lives a year. In the United States alone, that's nearly 300,000 fatalities prevented over the course of a decade. And if you scale that out across the rest of the world, you're saving over the course of the next 50 years something like 50 million lives. So obviously extremely significant in terms of the lives saved, the families not ruined, as a result of the added safety benefits of having a car be in charge of the driving rather than a human, which is inherently error-prone. That, by the way, of course, also has an incredible savings in terms of dollars spent on healthcare. The analysis further estimates that better road safety will save as much as $190 billion a year in healthcare costs associated with accidents, both fatalities and non-lethal accidents. An incredible amount saved, and that's just for the United States. Now, if the lives saved and the money saved doesn't sway you, understand that the average worker using his car to commute in a self-driving car will have about 50 additional minutes freed up every single day for you to talk on the phone, watch some Netflix, check what's going on Instagram, for instance, and that will make the lives every day of all these workers significantly better. And there's tons of other improvements. I, as a former motorcycle rider, love the idea that perhaps once more people have transitioned to self-driving cars, I can drive a motorcycle in safety because I don't have to worry about constantly being hit by you guys. But of course, we've seen this before, the added safety benefits that come from a reliance on technology. This isn't the first bit of technology that's going to work its way into our cars. At one point, safety belts, extremely controversial. People didn't want to be forced to wear them. Airbags, they make the car heavier and more expensive. The front bumpers, the crumple zones, all of these safety features that people have fought tooth and nail against have actually, over the course of the past few decades, saved a ton of lives. In 1970, about 60,000 people died in traffic accidents in the U.S. alone, but by 2013, that had been cut almost in half to 32,000, a historic low, and that is the result of a number of different societal changes, but also the effect of all these new technological safety features being added into cars. And we understand implicitly why this would be. Now, there can be concerns, and there will be concerns, as these begin to be rolled out about how much of our free will should be turned over to robots, and can you actually trust them to make the right decisions? But we also know that humans make tons of decisions that end up in accidents. Obviously, alcohol, the influence of alcohol, the influence of not having enough sleep, all of these things that cause humans to make mistakes in a way that they will not confound computers. And we already see this in the testing, by the way. There are safety concerns, certainly, but it's not the computer that needs to be worried. Google's fleet of self-driving cars have driven in autonomous mode for more than 1 million miles since 2009. In all that time, they've been involved in just 16 accidents, none of which were caused by the self-driving car. So yes, you are not perfectly safe in your self-driving car so long as there are people driving their own cars around you. And in the long run, it is going to be a big job to convince people of the safety benefits of transitioning to these self-driving cars. It's going to be near monumental. But as this research is making clear, there's a hell of a lot riding on it. And that's my final judgment.